Hey friends, this is Audie Cornish, host of CNN This Morning and The Assignment, and guess what? Every story you care about, every angle you want unpacked is now streaming on CNN. That means you can catch my show or other CNN programming whenever you want on your favorite device. And a subscription also gets you access to exclusive video series and unlimited articles. So subscribe to CNN at cnn.com/subscription.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, that was a good stretch. Alright, so anyways, just cutting straight to it. Just the robot should quit content creating. You know, the reason why I say that, and it has nothing to do with just like his lack of, performance when it comes to his recent uploads. I just think that his mind isn't in the right place, and he doesn't want to sit down and take the time to listen to people that are actually trying to give him advice. Because the thing is this. With the videos I have been doing, I'll admit, I have been trolling, I have been having fun, laughing, all that other stuff. But at the same time, it's like, when I look at the content that he's doing, and it's like, fam, you're still trying to, even with the media reviews, it's like you're still trying to apply your opinion to stuff that doesn't concern you. And then that's when it's like, then with that Ponder Sprocket video, it's like, here it is, you just said that you wasn't going to get back into drama, and what you do, you turned right back around and got into some drama. And that's the thing, I personally believe that it's not going to, that video, that's not going to be the last time he goes and adds himself into some drama. He's going to add his 2 cents into something, or it's going to, here's what I personally think. I think some stuff's going to go down between whoever and things, whatever content creators. And then hold on for a second, I gotta take my Apple Watch off because I'm be getting notifications and stuff, and I'm trying to lock in and focus. But it's like there's gonna be a content creator that gets into some drama, and he's gonna want to add his 2 cents into it, just like how he did with that Ponder Sprocket video. And it's like, fam, your 2 cents doesn't matter. I don't think you understand. You're still going through the stuff that you're going through. We're not going to forget that you defended a pedophile and you tried to make it okay. You tried to be like, oh, well, it wasn't all that bad what she did. No, it is bad what she did. And you're trying to make it seem like that it is okay. So that, it leads to my question. And I feel like this is a hard-hitting question. Do you support pedophiles? Do you support the idea of being a pedophile? Because if so, you definitely don't need to be on the internet. All right, so I feel like from now on, that's the question that we need to ask Just a Robot. Do you support pedophiles, and do you support the idea of being a pedophile? And not saying him directly, but just saying the idea of somebody going around having an inappropriate conversation with a kid or doing something inappropriately with a kid. But that's the thing, though. He doesn't want to answer them hard-hitting questions. He doesn't want to face the truth. He wants to try to hide as much as he possibly can, make it seem like that, all the stuff that I'm going through right now, it don't mean nothing. It'll blow over after a few months, few years, few decades, whatever. And it's like, fam, this is going to, as long as Just a Robot exists, this is always going to haunt you. It don't matter how many times you change the Just a Robot name. It doesn't matter how many times you create a different channel. None of that stuff matters. Still, at the end of the day, you are going to be known as the guy that defended a pedophile, along with all the other stuff that you've done and been accused of. So, and it's going to probably be even more things that you're going to do and be accused of. So really, at the end of the day, another question, do you think it's a smart idea for you to continue on being a content creator? With all the stuff that you've been accused of throughout the years of you being a content creator, do you think it is a smart idea to continue on with your content creating dreams? Because I'm saying, I feel the thing is this. You can look his name up. Hold on for a second. Let me just look his name up real quick. Because I guarantee and I promise you, there's people that are talking about you on a you're having videos uploaded on you, almost every week. If Yeah, there's a video that just got uploaded of you 5 days ago. Then another one 6 days ago. Then let's see. An hour ago. I think this is the one. It was like somebody. It was like a foreigner. Like you got people doing videos about you in different languages. I clicked on this video about just a robot, and it was somebody. I think it was in Russian or something like that. It was like I think it was. I don't know. I can't really remember. But anyways. The thing is this, it's like, fam, you're not going to escape from this. There's no possible way for you to escape from this. And then it's like, you're not trying to sit down and talk about it properly. No, you're trying to hide as much as you possibly can. Like, look at how when he had came across the op block not too long ago in that call where he was crying and stuff. I'm like, why did you not want to sit down and talk with op block? What is it that you don't like about him? And I'm like, my thing is this, but it was normal for you to reach out to me and want to do a debate or have a call with me and all this other stuff. Like, that's okay. That's normal, but it's not okay and normal for somebody that wants to have that same energy with you. And that's to me, I find that so weird where it's like you have this energy towards people, but then when it comes down to people having that same energy with you, it's a problem. They doing too much. Like, oh, they're not trying to, I guess, see things from my point of view. Well, what is your point of view on stuff? You know, what is your point of view, I guess, on the people that are making videos on you being accused of racism, you being accused of being a pedophile, defending pedophiles and all these other different things and stuff. Like, what do we need to know? Bump all the just a robot stuff. What do we need to know about Luke? Because I feel like that Luke, he'll give out better answers compared to well, you know what? No, I take that back, because when quote unquote Luke did that response video, because yeah, the first video was just a robot, and that's just to me. Hold on for a second, because I'm jumping the gun and going all over the place. But I feel like, yeah, that first response, that was just a robot. This last response where it was like him trying to explain himself, that was like just a robot a little bit, but it was Luke speaking. And that's the thing where I'm like, fam, is that, I guess, like another hard-hitting question, is just a robot more interesting than Luke? Because if you say yes to that, then that's even more so of a reason why you don't need to be a content creator. You respect a fictional character more than you respect yourself. You don't care what happens to you. You're like, as long as the just a robot image is protected or it's not being severely damaged. And I'm like, that's the thing. It is being severely damaged. It's not protected. You are in the most vulnerable spot that you can possibly be in as a person and as a content creator. And it's not clicking. It's not clicking in your head. You're still trying to, I guess, like, save face, turn the other cheek and stuff. And it's like, fam, like, you're gaslighting yourself, bro. Like, I don't think he understands that, because he's so caught up. He's like, oh no, I'll just create a new channel, start fresh, all this other stuff. What is that going to change? I guess another hard-hitting question. It's like, how is you creating a new channel? Oh, it's like you're capable of deleting comments. You're capable of having more control on that channel versus your bigger channel where it's at 190,000 subscribers. Even the other one that's at 90-some thousand subscribers. You're wanting to start fresh. You're wanting to start new. You're all like, oh, people, they're going to forget about it on my new channel. This is like, nah, bro. It's one of those things where it's like, as long as the Just a Robot name exists, there is no escaping the stuff that you have. And I guess, like, another hard-hitting question: why would you want to escape all the stuff that you're caught up in right now? Why is it that you can't just sit down, face the consequences? Because let's just say, if this was a courtroom, there ain't no such thing as walking out of the courtroom and coming back to it whenever you feel comfortable coming back to it. No, the thing is this. Let's just say you're in a courtroom, judge is looking at you all like, what do you have to say for yourself? You know, and it's like, we ain't trying to look for no explanation, because an explanation, that's not going to make the victims feel better. That's just going to get a better understanding of how weird you are. So, like, if we're sitting in the courtroom, right? Judge asks you, what do you have to say for yourself? What would you honestly say in a courtroom? All this stuff, like, let's say you're facing life in prison for all this stuff that you've done right now. What could you honestly say I guess, to have it where you're not facing, like, people are still going to look at you differently, but what could you say to, I guess, to convince people that, like, what, are you trying to say that you're the victim here, or are you trying to say, like, you know, like, oh, I was just doing something good, or whatever the case may be? But it's like, fam, I feel like that we will never understand what you, because, like, that's one thing for sure, is that you lie a lot, so it's like, we're not going to ever understand, like, what does Just a Robot want, I guess, like, with his content creating career, like, what's the end goal, you know, because it just seems like that you on here just, you know, I guess, like, trying to, like, you know, randomly dump content, and it's like, fam, it's not working for you. Look at what happened when you randomly dumped some content. Look at what happened when you made your most viral video, which will probably be that Cinnabear video. Look at how that turned out for you. So at the end of the day, it's like, do you think you make more videos like that? How do you think, I guess, like, you know, the end result is going to be? You know, and that's what I mean by it. It's like, you know, like, how do you view yourself, or like, what do you overall want? I was like trying to like circle through all the different questions I had asked and stuff, but what do you overall want? What is the end goal with Just a Robot leaving a legacy on the internet? Because I feel like that when they get into content creating, that's what they're aiming for. They're aiming to leave back. They want to leave a legacy and have it where people are talking about them for years, generations. Like, it's like you're wanting to upload content where it's like it is going to have a lasting effect, like where people are, you know, like they're genuinely a fan of you. But can you honestly say that about yourself? Can you say that people were genuinely a fan of the content? Because as far as I look at it, it's like, fam, you never did any form of content that stuck. Like, yeah, you had it where it's like, maybe it had like its 15 minutes of fame, people talked about it for a little bit. Other than that, bro, people don't care about your content. So, like, what reason do you have to continue going if people don't care about your content? I know people are going to say that I'm being blunt and I'm being disrespectful and I'm, you know, have, like, all these other different things. But I'm like, no, I want answers. Like, I need to have answers, I guess, to have a better understanding of why was I dealing with Just a Robot for so long. You know, like, that's the thing where it's like people will say, like, oh, I was his personal lol cow, or, you know, I was an easy target, or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, fam, it's definitely deeper than that. It's 100% deeper than that. And that's the thing. We're not going to ever get those answers because why? Just a Robot is a liar. He's never going to tell the truth. That's the thing about him. He doesn't know how to tell the truth because he's afraid of what happens if he were to tell the truth. And I'm like, I feel like that's like the biggest thing that we probably already knew, but it hasn't really been said, but I'm saying it now. Just a Robot is afraid. He's afraid of how people will view him, and it's like, fam, you already had people viewing you in a certain way. I just think that if you were to come out and tell the truth, it's a confirmation. Like, ain't nothing going to change. I guess, like, if he were to come out and tell the truth about him being a racist, for an example, you know, it's like, and here's the thing, he'll turn around, he say that I'm not a racist, I'm not this, I'm not that, but it's like, fam, but you look at, I guess, like, how your fans interact with a person of color and stuff. You mean to tell me all them times I was called the N-word and none of that wasn't influenced by whatever message that you was putting out in your videos? I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, if you're somebody that can read between the lines of a Just a Robot video, you'll see what I'm seeing. But I see Just a Robot as a racist, you know, or maybe not so much Just a Robot, but Luke, he's 100% a racist. No, 100%. And you know, the thing is this, and I remember saying that with O.J. Simpson, because for those that I guess, like, because I don't know, some of y'all might be too young to know who O.J. Simpson is, and you like the name, it like it triggers a memory, but you don't really know him. But I guess, like, for somebody that doesn't really know of O.J. Simpson and stuff, so because yeah, there might be somebody a little bit too young. Like, you might be in high school and you were like, wait, who's O.J. Simpson? I'm like, dang, man, am I really that old? But anyways. But no, that's one thing that I have always said about O.J. Simpson is that he didn't kill his wife and that guy that night. But Orenthal James Simpson, the man behind O.J. Simpson, oh yeah, he definitely knows who did it, or he did it himself. and that's the thing, because I'm like, OJ Simpson, he's a TV guy. He's a football player. He's the one that was, that was all smiles and laughs and giggles. But if they were to sit down and talk to Orenthal James Simpson, oh yeah, they would get the answers that they would that they were looking for and stuff. So I think like that's how we need to start approaching Just a Robot from now on. It's like, nah, bump Just a Robot. We got to talk to Luke. I'm like, what does Luke got going on? Because at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, fam, you can try to say that you're not a racist, I'm not a pedophile, I'm not this, I'm not that, but it's, Just a Robot. Yeah, Just a Robot is just a content creator, but Luke, on the other hand, it's like, what you got going on? Because it's like, you kind of told us a little bit about Luke, because it wasn't like you were just a robot at your workplaces before. You were Luke at your workplaces. And you told us numerous times, you said that it's like, I got fired because of my mouth. I got fired because I would say things that were inappropriate. So it's like, that's who we need to be talking to. We need to be talking to the raw, authentic, like the man behind Just a Robot. And at least then maybe, just maybe, we might get the answers that we're looking for. But if not, it's just going to be pretty much the same thing, just with Just a Robot. He's going to lie through his teeth, make it seem like that, oh, I ain't say nothing wrong, I ain't do anything, I ain't do this, I ain't do that, people misheard or they misunderstood what I said. And I'm like, fam, you can't have that attitude with everything. Oh, people don't understand you, no, you just don't have an understanding of those around you. And then it's like, you try to like flip it, like that's just how him and his, at the time being, how his fans will operate, where it's like, oh, we don't, they don't understand Just a Robot. And it's like, nah, bruh. It's like you're trying to, I guess, make it seem like that your philosophy on life, like that's how everybody thinks. It's not, bro. It's not. And to have it where you managed to convince people for so many years, like your philosophy on thinking is normal. Overall, like I've been saying, Just a Robot doesn't need to be or more so, Luke doesn't need to be a Just a Robot or a character, like he doesn't need to be a content creator. There we go. Those were the words I was looking for. I was like, there's too many things running through my head. But yeah, Luke don't need to be a content creator. It's like he tried and he created Just a Robot, and look at where it done led him. So now he don't know what to do now. And that's the thing where I'm all like, okay, that should be a clear sign. It's like content creating is not for you. It's like, yeah, people they can say everything they want to say about me. I'm like, oh, you don't get no views. I would rather have it where I don't get no views than to be getting canceled universally by the internet because, oh, I done defended a pedophile, or I done made some racist comments, or I done, did something crazy to where, people are going to be having ill feelings towards me and stuff. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.